How to prevent falls and stay independent, life-saving tips. My grandmother was once the picture of vitality, a sprightly woman who'd walk to the market with a spring in her step, tend to her garden with loving care, and fill our home with the energy of someone decades younger. She was the kind of person who made independence look effortless, a cornerstone of our family who seemed unstoppable. But all it took was one fleeting moment, a slip in the bathroom on a wet tile, and her life changed forever. She fell, fracturing her hip, and what followed was a grueling 3-month hospital stay filled with pain, surgeries, and a slow, heartbreaking realization. She'd never walk the way she once did. Her garden grew wild without her, the market trips became a distant memory, and her independence slipped away, replaced by a reliance on others that she'd never wanted. Watching her struggle lit a fire in me. I couldn't bear the thought of anyone else losing their freedom to something as preventable as a fall. So I dove deep into research, consulting doctors, poring over studies, and talking to experts to uncover the most effective ways to keep older adults safe from falls. What I found were 3 critical, life-saving tips, straight from physicians and backed by science, that everyone over a certain age needs to know. These aren't just suggestions, they're a roadmap to staying on your feet, preserving your autonomy, and living life on your terms. Let's explore them in detail, because no one should have to endure what my grandmother did when the tools to prevent it are right within reach. First, don't let your muscles waste away. Picture your body as a sturdy bridge. Your muscles are the beams holding it up, keeping you steady against the winds of time. But here's a sobering fact. After age 40, we lose about 1% of our muscle mass every year, a process called sarcopenia that accelerates if we don't fight back. It's not just about looking fit, it's about function. As those muscles weaken, especially in your legs, hips, and core, your balance falters, your steps grow unsteady, and even a tiny misstep, like catching your toe on a rug, can send you tumbling. The statistics are stark. According to the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, muscle weakness is a leading risk factor for falls in older adults, contributing to over 30% of incidents. But here's the silver lining. Muscle loss isn't a life sentence. It's a challenge you can meet head-on with surprisingly little effort. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that just 15 minutes of daily exercise can cut your fall risk by up to 40% by rebuilding strength and stability. Think simple moves, sit-to-stands from a chair, 10 to 15 reps to fire up your quads, a brisk 10-minute walk around your block to wake up your calves, or leg lifts while seated, lifting one leg straight out and holding for 5 seconds, 10 times per side, to bolster your thighs. You don't need a gym or fancy equipment, just a bit of space and consistency. Start small, maybe 5 minutes today, and build up. Over weeks, those muscles will firm up, your stride will steady, and you'll feel the confidence of knowing your legs can carry you through anything. My grandmother's fall might have been avoided if she'd kept her strength. Don't let yours slip away unnoticed. Second, check the shoes you're wearing. Now, let's talk about something you probably don't think twice about: your shoes. They're just footwear, right? Wrong. They're a make-or-break factor in whether you stay upright or hit the ground. A staggering 70% of falls among older adults are linked to improper shoes, according to a study from the American Journal of Public Health. It's not hard to see why. Shoes with slick soles, like those worn-out sneakers or flimsy flip-flops, offer no grip, turning a smooth floor into a skating rink. Too soft soles, like cushy slippers, might feel cozy but lack the support to keep your arches stable, letting your feet wobble. And oversized or loose-fitting shoes. They're a tripping hazard waiting to happen, catching on edges or slipping off mid-step. My grandmother loved her old house slippers, soft, comfy, but treacherously slick on tile, and I can't help but wonder if a better pair might have saved her that day. Dermatologists and physical therapists agree. The right shoes are your first defense against gravity's pull. Opt for footwear with rubber soles that grip like glue, a snug fit that hugs your foot without pinching, and enough structure to support your arches. Think low-heeled walking shoes or sneakers with Velcro for easy wear. Ditch the flip-flops indoors. They're fine for the beach, but at home, they're a fall waiting to happen. Test your shoes. Walk on a hard floor and feel the traction. If they slide or feel unsteady, toss them. It's a small swap that could keep you standing tall, preserving the freedom to move without fear. Third, eliminate the traps lurking in your home. Your home is your sanctuary until it becomes a minefield. Here's a chilling stat from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Over 50% of falls among older adults happen right in their own houses, often triggered by hazards so familiar they go unnoticed. That loose throw rug in the hallway? It's a tripping magnet, ready to snag a toe. Tangled cords from a lamp or charger. They're a snare for unsteady feet. Stairs without handrails. A steep drop waiting for a wobbly moment. Dim lighting at night. It turns a midnight trip to the bathroom into a blind stumble. My grandmother's bathroom had a slick tile floor and no grab bars, perfectly normal until it wasn't. These aren't accidents waiting to happen. They're preventable risks you can squash with a keen eye and a few fixes. Start a sweep. Secure rugs with double-sided tape or remove them entirely. Coil cords and tuck them behind furniture. Install handrails on every staircase, one on each side if possible, and swap out weak bulbs for bright LEDs. Aim for at least 100 watts worth in hallways and bathrooms. Add nightlights along paths to the kitchen or toilet, and consider grab bars near the shower or tub, simple metal rods that could have changed my grandmother's story. A study in The Lancet found that home modifications like these cut fall rates by up to 30% in at-risk adults. It's not about remodeling your life, it's about clearing the traps so you can live it fully, safely, and independently. The life-changing takeaway: act before it's too late. Looking back, I wish I'd known these tips years ago, before my grandmother's fall stole her strength and rewrote her days. Her story isn't unique. Millions of older adults around the world face the same fate, losing their mobility, their confidence, and their independence to a single misstep. What was once a simple task, like walking to the mailbox or gardening in her beloved backyard, became something she could no longer do alone. Her fall didn't just take away her physical ability, it took away her sense of security, the way she saw herself, and the way we saw her. Her once vibrant spirit was dampened, and it was heartbreaking to watch. But as painful as her story is, I've realized something important. It doesn't have to be this way, not for you, not for your loved ones. We don't have to accept falls as an inevitable part of aging, and we certainly don't have to live in fear of losing our independence one step at a time. Falls are not an unavoidable consequence of getting older. In fact, they are a risk that can be drastically reduced with just a little proactive effort. You don't have to wait for an accident to realize the importance of taking action. The truth is that falls are largely preventable if we take the right steps to protect ourselves. In my research, I uncovered 3 critical actions that can dramatically reduce the risk of falling. Keeping your muscles strong with daily exercises, wearing shoes that anchor you firmly to the ground, and turning your home into a fortress of safety. These steps are simple, effective, and best of all, within your control. By focusing on these areas, you can stay active, independent, and confident in your movements. Imagine the payoff of these efforts: striding through your house without a second thought, feeling the solid ground beneath your feet, gardening in your yard, or shopping for groceries on your own terms. You'll be living with the assurance that your body isn't betraying you, and you're not at the mercy of an uncontrollable fall. As someone who's seen firsthand how devastating it can be to lose your strength and independence due to a fall, I can't stress enough how important it is to take action now before a fall has the chance to rob you of the freedom you hold dear. Research backs this up, too. Studies, like one from the New England Journal of Medicine, show that combining strength training, wearing proper footwear, and creating a safe home environment can cut fall risk by over 50% in older adults. That's not just a small improvement. That's a life-changing reduction in the likelihood of an injury that could alter your life forever. It's not rocket science. These strategies are practical, scientifically proven, and available to everyone. All you need to do is start today. Just 5 sit-to-stands this morning, slipping into sturdy shoes before you leave the house, and taping down that hallway rug tonight can make all the difference. These aren't just small changes. They are the first steps toward a life where you don't have to fear falling. I couldn't save my grandmother from her fall, but I hope to save you. I hope you'll take these steps seriously, knowing that you still have time to protect yourself, to safeguard your independence, and to ensure your golden years remain truly golden. Don't wait for a tumble to teach you a lesson that could have been avoided. It's never too early to start preventing the risks that could change your life. The more you take control now, the more you'll be able to enjoy the activities you love, without worrying about the consequences of a simple misstep. So, act now. Protect yourself. You deserve the peace of mind that comes with knowing you've done everything possible to stay safe. Your future self will thank you every steady step of the way. Subscribe for more life-changing tips. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more life-changing advice on how to stay healthy, strong, and independent as you age. We're here to provide practical tips, expert-backed information, and real-life stories to help you live your best life. Whether it's fall prevention, strength training, or creating a safer home environment, we'll continue to bring you the most effective strategies for aging gracefully and confidently. Join our community of individuals committed to taking charge of their health and well-being, so that you and your loved ones can live every day to the fullest.